again in Isaiah 11, proving that black people around the world, specifically the Negro black people, not the Hamites, but the Shemites, Shemitic people, which we are, scattered around the world. We're proving that Isaiah 11 shows that that is the truth. So we're starting, before part 1 we did Elam, now we're at Cush. So Cush is in Ethiopia. Let's prove that. So it says the land of Cush refers to a land south of Israel and is translated as Ethiopia. Alright. So we know that that is Ethiopia. Now, I'm going to show you guys a video because we have to show proof, man. You know, that's what we do. We don't just say stuff. We got to show you proof. So let's go ahead and get started. So, as you see here in this video, you can see the title right here, and it's called "Why Ethiopian Jews Are Running a Movement Against Racism in Israel." All right. So this is going to show you guys that these guys are brothers in Ethiopia, that they moved from Ethiopia and they tried to go back to our homeland, but they're encountering a lot of different problems. So, and they're really going through the same thing that we're going through. And I'm going to show you guys that right now. Volume is good. All right.
Texas. A 19-year-old Ethiopian Israeli was shot and killed by a police officer last summer. In March, his family and supporters showed up at the officer's trial.
Keep in mind, these are not Ethiopians. These are Israelites that went to Ethiopia. And we're going to prove that later on in the video. As you can see, these people, if you know what Ethiopians actually look like, they don't look like this. These actually look like American blacks, right? So basically what's going on, well, let's let it explain. Let's talk into it. I have to be right.
The officer said the shooting was an accident after he fired at the ground. He faces a maximum of 3 years in prison.
So look at this guy's face right here. This devil right here. So you know they don't care at all, because so basically what happened is, you see the police killed the black dude, and he's only getting 3 years, which is supposed to be a life sentence. So it's the same thing that we're going through here. And this guy look like, man, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. Let's continue.
Death wasn't the first to rally the Ethiopian Israeli community. Over the past 5 years, 6 young Ethiopian men have been killed by cops, according to a local advocacy group, leading to huge protests across the country. None of the officers were prosecuted until now. This might sound a lot like the Black Lives Matter movement in America.
Of course it does, because we're the Israelites and we're going through the same curses. So let's prove that. Wherever the Israelites are, you're going to see the same curses. Why is that? Let me show you why. Deuteronomy 28. It says these curses. Let me get the whole context for you guys. All right, starting at verse 45. All right. Verse 45. More these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not to the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. So basically what we're going into in verse 46, it says, these are the curses, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Now let's go back. So we see what's going on in the land now. We have people that are saying that they are us, but they are not. And we're going to get to that later on in the video. But let's read this. This is one of the curses. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. So did that not sound like what they're going through? Let's get another one. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy way, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. So there is nobody that's going to the land that's going to Ethiopia, or that's standing up for the Ethiopians. They are being oppressed, and they are still protesting just like we are here in America. That's how you know we are the same people. What are the odds that we are going through this here, and they're going through the same thing there? Right? So that proves it right there. Now, I just want to show you guys something really quick. Show you another picture, another look at how these guys look. Now, if you can see this, if you've ever really seen an actual Ethiopian, these are not Ethiopians. You can look and tell these guys look just like us here in America. There is a difference between the Ethiopians and the Israelites. These are the true Israelites. You see that? You can tell. Look at this dude. You see what I'm saying? These guys are not Ethiopians. So we're going to continue this in the next segment of the video to prove even further that we are the Israelites and we are in Ethiopia as well, and also the nations that is there now oppressing us are not us, because those nations there, they are the ones oppressing, and they are in charge in making the whole world to become evil based on the thing that they teach. You know, they control the media. They are the richest known people in the world. How can they even fit the curses? They were never sent on slave ships in captivity. They're not being oppressed and spoiled. They're oppressing and spoiling other people, as we see here. They're oppressing and spoiling our people. So how can they be the true people? So let's continue on in the next segment. So we're in Ezekiel chapter 35, which explains this whole situation that we're talking about right now in this video. So, by the way, look over here how they trying to sell the Bible. You know, man, these people crazy, man. So, anyways, this is talking about Mount Seir. Mount Seir is known as Esau, which is Jacob's brother. Also, Idumea. So this is who this whole chapter is talking about here. Now, let's see. We might have to prove that. Let's see. Let's see what they got. Okay, here you go. Right here. We don't even have to go into all that. It says the primary significance of Mount Seir is that this mountainous region was the territory that God gave to Esau. So now, we're going to start at verse 5. Now, this whole chapter is good. Once I give you more of an understanding of what it means, go back and read it, unless you already know what it means. So, in verse 5, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So, if you just look at it right here, it says, they had a perpetual hatred. They have perpetually hated us. So you can see that in the video, for these people to just keep killing us, and they do that all around the world. This is a perpetual hatred that they have against us. It has shed the blood of the children of Israel. Who else could this be talking about? in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So God already scattered us to the four corners of the earth, and we suffered the curses. So He already punished us. But what are they doing? They're forwarding the affliction. Zechariah 1, chapter 14 through 15. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy. Why is that? Because look at the unrighteousness that's going on, how these people are killing us. So God's going to come back and really, that He's going to let them have it. Verse 15. And I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Because all these people that's oppressing us, they are at ease. We're the ones that suffer oppression. It said, For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So they helped forward the affliction that the Israelites received. So now God is going to punish them. If you read the rest of this chapter, God is going to punish them greatly for that. If we look at the punishments that we have suffered, imagine how much worse it's going to be for them. So we go to Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 11. So it says, Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will even do according to thine anger, and according to thine envy, because they envy us, which thou hast used out of hatred against them. So these people hate us. It's like an everlasting hate that they have against us. These are Edomites. Those are the people that's in the land now. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged them. So, like I said, they're going to get that. They're going to get theirs. We're suffering our punishment now, but the time is coming for them to get their judgment. So this proves what's going on. It shows you exactly what's going on. So this is Bible prophecy that the church will not teach you. Why? Because they support those Edomites, and they will not lose their support. So they will teach us lies, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in now. So you can go one verse, Psalm chapter 83. This is what they have done to us. It says, Keep not thy silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies, they are God's enemies, make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They hate God, so that they hate us because we're His people. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden one. And this is what they have done. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So, and there you have it. So they cut us off from being a nation and say, "Oh, we're the Israelites. We're the Israelis of Jewish," which none of those are even in the Bible anyway. So, and that's that.